episode 3 of
Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Girls Gone Sports.
Oh, Girls Gone Sports.
It's a podcast about sports.
It's this podcast with girls talking about sports. Yeah.
Well, hey, Santina.
Hey, Jeanine.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Been good. It's been a tough week. It's been really
sad.
I know, Santina, why are you sad?
I really wanted the 49ers to win.
Know.
I really
sad
wanted them to
emoji,
win.
crying emoji.
Like, Chiefs, congrats, but like, come on.
I think all of America was very disappointed in the outcome of Sunday's game. So today we're going to be talking about our Super Bowl recap.
Yay.
You know, kind of highs and lows, Q1 to Q4, halftime, Usher.
Talking
Talking a little bit about that, what's going to be going on in our podcast.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. Super Bowl.
Yes.
Even though it was a snoozer, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes. Okay, so first, their outfits.
Okay.
The 49ers were wearing gold and white. In KC, they were wearing red and white. What did you think of the outfits?
So I think I was pleased. I feel like with the 49ers, when I think about their outfits, the gold and the red.
Yeah.
I feel like I do picture them more in red jerseys, but the gold jersey is also a staple of San Francisco and the Kansas City. Of course, they get to wear their red and white, of course.
Red.
So, I mean, hey, Valentine's colors. They were just celebrating.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, guys, happy Valentine's. But yeah, no pink jerseys. What happened?
Yeah, I'm still disappointed. I thought they would have heard the last two podcasts.
I thought that they went on to Etsy after our recommendation. Order the podcast, rush ship to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I guess next year we'll get them jerseys.
I guess they were cute.
They were
but
cute. What did you think about the outfits?
Like, I liked them. I think I liked the 49ers outfits more than, because I liked the white and then like the hints of the gold and the red.
Right.
And then the typical Kansas City with just the red.
Yeah.
I'm like, throw something in there.
How about a pink scarf?
Pink scarf! Pink leg warmers.
Like a bandana.
Right.
Some lashes.
Just bring on sweatbands, wrist sweatbands.
Something cash. But
a helmet.
Just a little bedazzled helmet.
Like, why can't the logo or the emblem be pink?
Tie-dye. Cheetah print.
Oh.
You know, Cheetah. NFL, if you hear us, I don't know what department that is for clothing.
Apparel.
For
the merchandise.
I keep wanting to say costumes after last week's episode.
It is, basically.
I mean, you're putting on
it's
performance. It's a play. But there is a halftime. So there is the intermission. But yeah, hire us. We'll be there. We'll be there getting them jean jackets. So, quarter one.
Yes.
Right. We're starting off
very slow.
Yep. And that's going to be kind of a theme for this game, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Like I said in the past couple episodes, we really wanted to see the Ravens go and Lamar Jackson.
The Lions.
Thank you, MVP, but the Lions would have been great.
The Jaguars.
Jaguars and Bears.
Bills.
Hey.
Next year.
Next year
we'll audition again.
Audition! Callbacks, anybody?
Callbacks!
I mean,
no, we were the understudy this year.
Like, we were all waiting for Patrick Mahomes to snap his ankle. And for
Trevor Lawrence would have been out there.
the Jaguar running with him. And then Josh Allen on a bull.
Yup, with wings.
Duh, and blue cheese and
Buffalo
ranch.
Sauce. Ranch.
Love. Oh my god. We start talking about our teams, guys, and we get distracted. I'm sorry. So Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yes.
Quarter one. Great player for the 49ers. He's a well-known and well-loved player. Fumble
quarter one.
Bro, you're in the Super Bowl, and the first thing you do is fumble.
And then what does that mean? The ball goes to the Chiefs.
Yeah, so for all my friends out there, we say we know something-ish about sports.
I don't.
Well, that's okay. That's why we're here to learn and hang out. A fumble is basically when a player drops the ball and it's still considered a live ball. So the other team runs to grab it. The team that had the ball runs to grab it. And basically whoever has it first in possession, it is their turn to have the ball. So because Christian McCaffrey fumbled, that means that the Chiefs were able to receive the ball back.
Yes. Wait. So sorry. That was a lot to take in. So say Wait, so someone can't touch you and that's considered a live ball? What if you catch it, someone touches you, then you drop it?
Ask me that one more time.
Okay.
In like girl terms.
Okay. So say I throw you like something, right?
Okay.
And then, oh my gosh, you catch it,
Right.
but then you accidentally, like someone hits you or someone bumps into you, and then you drop it. Is that still considered a fumble, or no? Like nobody can touch you at all?
So if I catch it
Mm-hmm.
and you push me down,
Yep.
but what if I still have the ball?
No, like what if you let it go?
That would be considered an incomplete pass.
Okay, that makes sense.
I hope I'm saying. I hope. So Santina, after doing some research,
Yes.
fumble. I know what it is, but I would just really love a proper definition. You know?
Okay. So a fumble is when a player who has possession and control of the ball loses it before being downed or tackled.
Correct.
So, okay, so before anyone touches you, before you lose the ball, that's a fumble. I literally don't know what I'm saying. Tony Romo, please help me out here.
Basically, fumble, you lose possession of the ball before the play is over, and the opposite team has the chance to pick up the ball or catch the ball. That'd be an interception. Rewind, everybody.
Circle back.
You can circle back. Erase my words. The other team basically now has the ball because you failed to keep it in your possession.
Perfect.
Easy.
I'll get it maybe next season.
We'll do flashcards.
A Quizlet.
Quizlet live. Anybody there?
Again.
But yeah, so basically Christian McCaffrey fumbled. That's a no-no because the ball goes back to the Chiefs. AKA, you never want to give Patrick Mahomes extra time.
Never.
We knew what happened with the Bills. 13 seconds.
Yep.
Don't want to talk about it. Too hard.
He played the Jaguars with a broke ankle, and they won. We were all fine.
Like he could be on the field in crutches, and they would still win.
I just don't get it.
I'm just confused, but yeah, you don't want to give Patrick Mahomes extra time because when he's on a time crunch, that's when like the magic really works, and we'll talk about that with overtime in quarter 4. Yep. But yeah, that was just a no-no. So then we get a penalty
from Mr. Trent Williams.
He gets not only 1, but 2
penalties.
So we have a holding penalty, right?
Holding? Okay. Does that mean, obviously, does it mean like you're holding any player or the player with the ball?
Any player. So holding basically, so the defense, so the defense is who is trying to stop you from getting into your end zone. The offense is the team who is trying to get the ball into the end zone. This holding could be on the offense. It could also be on the defense. Basically, you are preventing a player from trying to get like an advantage or move, or because you can't like physically. Holding is like you're holding them
like
back.
a baby.
You don't want to be too rough with a baby.
Right.
So
never.
Yeah. So basically you're preventing them from getting an advantage. Like you're just preventing them because the football with the new rules, they want like, I guess like everyone to have a turn.
But I feel like that's good defense.
Right? So like
let him get down and dirty. I don't even care.
Hold him back.
I'll hold you.
Leave Josh Allen alone.
Leave him alone.
So that's a very common penalty that you see in the NFL. A false start. That was the second penalty that Trent Williams got.
I think I know what this one means.
Go ahead, Santina.
Okay, so a false start. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but be nice. So, is that only against the offense? Like, is that only against offense if they move before the ball is thrown to the quarterback?
Correct.
Yes.
Why do I feel like I've seen a defense player get false start though?
But I thought you can't, and that's the only penalty I know is because when the ref does like the circle thing with his arms,
right? That's
like the only thing I know.
Circle, point to which side? Yeah. False start basically is you're not supposed to literally move at all before the center snaps the ball to the quarterback. So if a ref catches you moving, that's false start.
He's a liar.
Honestly, some of these refs this year are getting paid. I feel like they're getting some side cut of money because I noticed that sometimes they're a little extra mean. Like when Josh Allen got his jersey ripped, where was the penalty on that?
I didn't watch that game.
It was very sad. Really sad.
Do you think they were sewing it after?
Do you think like they were backstage like
Bella, bring out your sewing machine?
We need to have Bella on the podcast. Bella, aka Santina's mom.
Oh, she would not know anything about sports.
She'd just be happy to be here.
Yeah,
she could ask us questions. But yeah, that's basically what the false start is. So he got 2 penalties, which those are pretty.
All in the first quarter,
bro.
Wait, it's okay. So in basketball, I don't know if this is the same. Okay. You can have like a player. I think can only have up to 5 fouls until they're taken out of the game. Mm-hmm. That can't happen to a player in football, right?
I believe in football, it's 3 personal fouls and then you're ejected from the game. Right. Again, we know something-ish about sports, so
literally,
if we're not perfect with our terminology, guys, leave us a kind comment.
I'm trying here.
We're doing our damn best. We're trying. We just love sports, but we know something-ish, so we're making these terms friendly for the audience, for the folk listening. So, yeah.
That's the same, right?
Say that one more time.
Like, in basketball, 5 fouls, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
So, in football, it's 3 penalties?
3 personal fouls.
Personal fouls.
What you did wrong.
Now, are there different colored flags that are thrown?
Yellow is usually the common one you'll see for the refs.
Yes.
Red is the challenge flag that a coach can throw to challenge a penalty. Like, let's say I'm a coach, or excuse me, let's say I'm a ref, and I throw a flag because I feel like a player, that was an incomplete pass. But I'm like, no, that was a completed pass. I'm going to throw my coach challenge flag.
Your handkerchief?
The tissue. And if my challenge is like, okay, we see your challenge. Yep, you're fine. We believe you.
Okay.
You don't lose anything.
Like anything, like you mean like yard-wise?
Yeah, timeage. Okay. But if I'm a coach and I throw a challenge flag, like, no, that play was not right. The penalty was not right. And they're like, nope, sorry, we don't accept your, after reviewing, we don't accept your challenge.
Yeah.
Then the team loses a timeout.
Oh.
So it's like,
okay.
I feel like you only really kind of do it like when like you're certain. Like I remember the Bills did one with Stephon Diggs and they won the challenge. So they got to keep the timeout. Nice. Yep. So that's just being like, no, rewind. Take a step back.
Circle back.
We're just going to circle back to that play real quick.
Speaking of the football terminology.
Right.
Sack 'em, hits and pushes, the defense.
When I tell you that defense, it was a defensive game. Like, I feel like sometimes with games, I'm like, it's all offense or it's all defense. Like, I remember a Buffalo Bills game, it was just like turnover after turnover.
Yeah.
This game was really a defensive game. I feel like people thought that the score was going to be way higher than it was. And because the defense was really doing their job, it turned out like a great defensive game. Like, we see Chase Young sacking Patrick Mahomes, which anytime...
I know, I was like, yes.
Yes, because anytime you can get a stop on Patrick Mahomes from getting into that end zone, which is his main goal, that's like what he is like a horse with like the blinders. That's what he wants.
The blinders.
You're saving yourself at the end because you want to be able to stop Patrick Mahomes, arguably one of the best quarterbacks right now playing, probably the best quarterback playing in the NFL. I love you, Lamar. I love you, Josh Allen. Mason Rudolph, you tried your best. Thank you.
How mad do you think Patrick Mahomes was when he got sacked?
He's probably like,
that's it, I quit.
Reno on that play, Reno. I believe he had you said ankle injury?
Yeah, I think like last year it was an ankle.
I
was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to take out of the game. We're going to beat them. And then no.
Yep, and he always finds his way back.
You know, that happened to Justin Bieber.
When?
So I think in 2016 when I went to his Purpose tour, Post Malone performed open, whatever, it was amazing. Then Justin comes out, and like a couple weeks prior, he was posting on a story about a bum ankle that he had. But then the kid decides to jump up from underneath the stage, lands on it, and then hobbles off. My brothers looked at me and they're like, we just lost all our money. There's the show. But then he came back like 15 minutes later.
Like in a wheelchair or on crutches?
No, he was walking.
Could you like tell he was like in pain or anything?
I don't know if he took something or what he did. Maybe got like a shot in his like ankle. Like, but he was fine.
Was there on the screen like please pardon the interruption?
No, like the DJ just kept going for 15 minutes. When I say Justin, you say Bieber. I'm like after 5. I'm like okay,
right.
Like we all know what we're here for.
Imagine he plays like the cha-cha slide and no one is moving. Hey, to the right,
to the right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So end of quarter 1 score. Oh no.
Yes.
Which that's not going good for my parlay that I had.
The parlay.
I had 2 parlays going, guys, on DraftKings. I only bet during, like, you know, this kind of towards the end of the season, playoffs.
Did you do the Gronk field goal kick thing?
No. What is that?
So he had this bet that you can bet on, obviously, if Gronk's gonna make it or not. So I think last year he didn't make it. And then each year you bet if he's going to make it or not, obviously. And then he just didn't make it again this year.
Oh.
I didn't really understand it. I was like, all right.
I did bet that the Kansas City Chiefs kicker was going to get more than 1 field goal, which happened.
Did you win anything?
No, because I bet that Travis Kelce was going to get a touchdown, and he didn't.
Oh, Travis needed to calm down a little bit.
The way he was all up on Andy Reid like that,
I'm like, Andy, do not take that.
Did you see when he like jumps? But I saw a post-interview of Andy Reid being like, I'm just a naturally like I don't have good balance.
I'm like, okay, so you're going to have a grown man come after you. I'm like, what is Taylor thinking?
If I was her, I'd be like, you need to calm down. Speaking of Taylor, really quick, she looked amazing. I love you, Taylor. You looked super cutie that night. But yeah, that was weird for him. I think just out of frustration. And but I was like, all right, drop it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Travis, you're being dramatic. But anyways,
speaking of the dramatics, 49ers first to score.
Finally
we get some points up on the board. We get a field goal, which is worth 3 points.
Finally.
So, I mean, at least there's something.
You're giving me a little something now.
Right.
But then, fast forward.
Right.
Chiefs fumble on 2nd and goal. Apparently this is huge, but again, I don't know what 2nd and goal means. Jeanine, please explain.
2nd and goal is basically when you're on your 2nd down, right? So in football, you have basically 4 downs to get yourself some yardage.
Okay.
Now, the 4th down, we're all over the place with terminology. So if you're new to football or if you know football already, just bear with us. Basically, in the 4th down, you have a couple options. You can either punt back to the other team, which is they have to start all the way at the end, kind of thing. If you're in field goal range, you can kick a field goal, get you at least some points, or you can attempt to run the ball on that 4th down. But if you don't get to that certain yardage you need to be at, the opposite team gets to start right where you left off.
Oh.
So most teams usually don't go for that unless it's like one yard. They have to get. Josh Allen, they do the tush push. I love it.
Tush push, I love that phrase.
I love it. I'm like, just do the tush push though.
Ayo.
Do it though. But yeah, so
wait, so 2nd and goal means they were basically at the end.
Basically, yep. So
not center stage.
They were kind of like towards the wings. If you
okay,
right. Yeah. So this is their 2nd attempt to get a touchdown.
Okay.
But the Chiefs fumble the ball, which is huge because the Chiefs were right about to get a touchdown. That means they would have had a lead. But we stopped them somehow. Go 49ers. We love you guys. But that's a huge thing, especially, because I feel like you can kind of see where the game's going to go sometimes at the end of quarter 2 going into halftime. So that was kind of huge for that. But then also, we got McCaffrey. He goes back. He redeems himself with a first touchdown.
4:23 left.
Yeah, first touchdown of the game. He gets a first touchdown.
Like, can you believe it took almost 2 quarters?
Like I said,
I was so bored. I was like, I need something.
It was fast. It's a defensive game. It was a defensive game, which sometimes it's nice to see. But a lot of times it's like, okay, I want people to score. Like, I kind of like being a little nervous. Not for my own team, because then I'll have a breakdown about the Bills.
Right.
But for other teams, it's kind of fun to be like, oh my God, who's going to get it?
I know.
Gonna win. So, yeah, we have end of quarter 2, San Francisco 10, Kansas City Chiefs with 3 points, which I feel like no one was expecting that.
No.
I thought it was a high-scoring game. And what did I say? Like 37-24?
Yeah. I don't even know. Oh, like overall?
Remember, that was my
Yeah,
guess.
I think mine was 24-14.
So they were kind of really nowhere near that, if you really think about it, though.
Yep. Okay. And then fast forwarding from that.
Right.
Quarter 3. KC to receive. I mean, the defense was just really good overall.
Defense was doing their thing, like we said, stopping that ball. Those tackles, the flips.
Yes. There was one where, okay, I think it was Kansas City who was receiving all the way down at the end, but then a 49er came and like body slammed him. Like he like flipped backwards.
Oh my gosh. Was he okay or was he hurt?
Oh, like he was fine.
He got up.
But I saw it, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, sometimes it can be intense, like the different plays and how hard they hit.
Yeah, like obviously you want your defense to be really good, but it
Right.
made the game kind of boring. I was like, oh my God.
Like, get up.
You're like, you're fine.
Just kick the ball.
Just take a fan from the field, throw him in the game. There was a streaker.
What?
I think there was a streaker.
Girls Gone Sports podcast audience. This is my first time hearing this.
I think there was. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
Wait,
there was
explain.
I don't know. I think someone just jumped from like the stands and was running on the field. My favorite is when the security guards are trying to catch them and then they can't get them. But then they finally get tackled.
I see those a lot with soccer games, not so much football games.
He wasn't like a full-on streaker, but I think he had like his shirt off at least.
But like pants?
Yeah.
So no shirt, no shoes. Still good service. Hey.
Yeah, that was good.
But we see the Chiefs finally get a touchdown.
Finally.
MBS, we got a touchdown at 2:28, making the end of quarter 3. San Francisco 10, Kansas City Chiefs 13. So now for the first time in the game, the Chiefs are up. The Chiefs have the advantage. So everyone's kind of like at their seats, like on the edge of them being like, well, now we kind of got a game. I mean, the Chiefs are finally kicking a drive because with the Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl last year. They have Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks right now. There's so much speculation and so much hope and hyping up for that team and for them not to even score till like a touchdown till.
Do you think they were like 3? Like nervous? They were like, oh my God, we could lose this.
I feel like that team is a little bit cocky.
A little. No, very much so.
That's me being kind. I feel like they went in being like, we got this, and then San Fran really pulled through and we're like, nah, but we got this.
They probably thought they were going to win by like 50.
Yeah. That didn't happen.
No, it did not.
So we're back to quarter 4.
Quarter 4, finally.
We were 16-16, 5 minutes left.
This was a nail biter.
I was like my heart was beating because I was so rooting for the 49ers.
Yeah.
And then boom, all of a sudden.
I was so mad.
All of a sudden.
Wasn't it like 5 seconds?
And we see the clock go to OT, overtime.
I was like really hoping. I didn't even work the next day, but I'm like, all right, this game needs to be over.
I really was just hoping, 49ers just cut it out, or they were going to stop them from scoring and just let the clock run. Obviously, that didn't happen. This is the second time ever in Super Bowl history that we reach overtime.
Okay. So the rules of overtime, which I learned, is that postseason overtime, both teams must get a chance to take possession of the ball. And then once both teams have had the opportunity to take possession, the game becomes sudden death, meaning a score of any kind ends the game.
Right. So basically, each team is going to get a chance to get their hands on the ball. Because, rewind to the heartbreaking 2022 divisional round between the Bills and the Chiefs.
Oh,
I know.
It's always the Chiefs.
It's always the Chiefs and the Bills.
Maybe next year they'll take like a leave or something.
Like a sabbatical or something. Basically, both teams went into overtime, and the Chiefs won the coin toss, which means that they got to choose, taking the ball first. They scored, meaning that, Josh Allen, the Bills, they never got their hands on the ball, which people were like, that's really not fair in a sense because usually, in a regular quarter, you go back and forth, but overtime's a little bit different. So now they have like the new rule after like it's called the 13-second rule, quote unquote, because that happened to the Bills after the 13 seconds. And so now each team gets a chance at the ball. What happens when San Francisco gets their hands on the ball? They only get a field goal, which is only 3 points. But 3 points, I mean, at least it's better than 0.
Wait, so San Fran started with the ball?
They started with the ball because they won the coin toss. They said tails was tails. All they got was a field goal. They couldn't get a touchdown. So,
that's sad.
Santina, what happened next? Go ahead.
Then I think there was 5 seconds left in the game.
Yep.
They get the KC, of course, gets a touchdown.
Yep, touchdown by Hardman, which makes the Kansas City Chiefs our 2023 Super Bowl champion.
Third year
back
in
to
a
back.
row. Is it third year?
2 years in a row. They won last year, and then they won again this year.
Oh.
Because I remember the videos of Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Jason being like, go find mom. Go
I love Jason Kelsey.
I love Jason Kelsey. We love you. We love watching the videos of you being cray and partying up in Vegas.
When he goes, Las Vegas.
I love him. And then he was hungover in Disney the next day at a parade.
Me?
I mean, casual.
Where's Snoopy?
Where he at though, guys? But yeah, so the final score of the game was 25-22, Kansas City.
It was so close.
Nail biter at the end. Why couldn't it have been more, nerve-wracking during quarter 2, quarter 1?
Yeah, I'm okay, next year they really gotta amp the
and I do feel really bad for Brock Purdy. I mean, we talked about him a little bit last podcast episode. Third string quarterback gets put to QB1, takes your team all the way to the Super Bowl. I have a little place for him in my heart.
I love Brock Purdy. I forgot
Brock Purdy now.
No offense. Who was the original quarterback for the 49ers?
Jimmy Garoppolo? Am I saying his last name right?
I don't even know. All I kept hearing was Brock Purdy.
I'm really happy for him. I mean, the Super Bowl, even just going at such a young age and going from QB3 to QB1.
That's insane.
And it's a great accomplishment.
Wait, so the 49ers had their first quarterback out, the second quarterback got hurt, and then the third. So that's the understudy to the understudy.
It's basically the Tommy DeVito of the New York Giants, Mr. Cutlets. But yeah, I think the whole nation right now is mourning and loving on Brock Purdy, which I think is awesome because it's this story of this kid, just going from such a low position to being the quarterback to taking you guys to Super Bowl. So Brock Purdy, we're looking forward to seeing your career in the San Francisco 49ers or any other team. We're sending you love. If you want to be on the episode, let us know.
Oh, now we're showing the Brock Purdy.
Well, we can't talk about the Super Bowl
without Usher.
Usher,
baby. Now, when Usher took his shirt off, I was like, now this is a game, right?
I was like, now we're really at the show.
Okay. Overall, love the show. A little bit of me felt like it was rushed. I love his song selections, but I think he tried to do too many that he just it was a minute of each song.
I felt the same way because I was like, wow, I thought this the halftime show was so much longer.
Yeah.
And he didn't do DJ Got Us Fall in Love Again. I don't think he did Daddy's Home.
No.
And the Daddy's Home. The big question really of the game. Where was Justin Bieber?
When I tell you that was probably the only part of the game I was really paying attention. I put my phone down, and then to see videos of him after just in the stands, I'm like...
I think Usher released a statement being like it wasn't the time or the time wasn't right. I'm like, the time was...
The time's never right.
Literally. It's just... I mean, Usher, you did amazing. We love seeing all the artists you brought. Who did he bring?
Yes.
He brought Alicia Keys.
Her. Lil Jon.
Hey. Ludacris was there. Love Ludacris.
Yes. will.i.am.
That was amazing. I love seeing all of those different black and brown artists up on stage. It was amazing. I thought the Super Bowl halftime performance, he did a really good job.
Yes. And then in the beginning, Post Malone's version of, was it America the Beautiful?
Yeah.
The Great? Sorry, guys. So I heard people. So I heard people saying about Post Malone that was like the best version of that song that they've heard. I thought it was really good. And then you had Miss Reba. That was really good. I liked Miss Reba. Jeanine, what'd you think?
I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting her name. Who sang the national anthem?
Reba.
Reba sang the national anthem?
The one girl. She had glasses.
I think she sang a different song though, but I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Overall performances were awesome. Commercials?
They were not. The only one I liked was like the Aubrey Plaza one, where she's like, "I'm America's sweetheart."
For Baja Blast?
Yeah.
Why'd I see Timu 3 times on my TV?
I don't even know what the other ones were. Oh, I saw one with a baby, with babies in it. That was funny.
And the Dunkin' Donuts one.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like, where were the I feel like usually it's like the commercials are the hit. They're the money makers. But
yeah. I'm like, where'd your money go?
Obviously.
What were you spending it on?
At Timu, because they had 4
Oh my god, way to go. I think they pronounced it Temu. They're like, Temu.
It's Timu.
That's what I kept saying. Like, people say Shine, or what do they say? I say Shein.
I say Shein.
Shein. It's literally Shein.
Hey, Shein, the outfits that you buy there. Yeah. Hey, yo. But yeah, commercials, they really need us in that. They really need us in that writer's room. Yeah, they do. But like Usher, he's 45 or 40 something. I can't even move like that at 22. Oh, say, Usher, if you want to come on the podcast and help us out. And then he came out roller skating. I was so happy to see that. I'm like, I can't even go down the stairs. This is crazy. I can't even go roller skating without holding onto someone or to like the sidewalk. No, I thought that was great. I thought like artistically, like the different costumes, the different dancers. I thought it was overall very done and amazing halftime performance. Yes, I really liked it with that. But now that the Super Bowl's done, I know football season is over. I always get very sad when football season is over because I feel like it's just like it just makes us so happy. I love watching the Bills and all the teams. So I just like the Sundays because obviously we do Sunday lunch every week. But then, like, knowing that people are still going to stay to watch the game. And then we can go buy little snacks. Me taking my nap. I'm basically knocked out all the games. And then I wake up at, like, 9:30. And then we're waiting all day for Sunday night. But you know what? That means we got the draft coming up. We got... And shout out, Dad, the Bears. Hey. The first round draft. Why didn't I see the Panthers on the draft list? I don't know. I thought they were like the worst. The Bears are. Therefore, they're number one. We love you, Chicago. We'll have you all as well on the podcast. Yeah, they're going to Super Bowl this year or next year. We'll see you in Chicago. But yeah, so we got training camps coming up in the summertime. I better see pink uniforms. Yeah, we'll break. Not seriously, but we'll break into the locker rooms. We'll put some pennies in there. We'll dye it pink. Oh, but yeah, guys, so we're still going to be talking about football, of course, and any updates that come across in the football world. But Santina, what do we have coming up for us on Girls Gone Sports Podcast? We're just getting started. I am so excited. So our next podcast, we will have our very first guest on the show. On the next episode. Yep, and it's the only, like, you just got to meet one of these guys in your life. Like, it's just crazy. Honestly, like, he knows everything about sports. You look at this guy, he is the Rolodex of sports. Rolodex. He knows everything about football. He is the one. I know. The only. Yay! Dante. So we're going to be having Dante. He's one of the football coaches in Rochester. Woo! He graduated with a sports management degree. Yay. He knows everything about football, ins and outs. He knows a lot about basketball. He's taught me how to do the betting on DraftKings. So on your parlay. On my parlay that failed. Wow, Dante. Really, really Dante. We'll get him next time. But we're excited to have him. It's going to be a good time. We'll be asking about sports. Talk about basketball, right? March Madness for some college basketball. All that stuff coming up. So we're excited. Next episode's going to be good. Dante, you're really, like, don't hate me with all my questions. I mean, that's what the podcast is for. We'll do a Q&A. Yep. And we have a nice little surprise for you guys for next episode, so it's going to be a good time.
Yay.
Make sure to keep up with us in between next episode on Instagram, TikTok, Girls Gone Sports Pod. Follow us there. Subscribe to our YouTube, Girls Gone Sports Podcast. You can find all of our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and any other platforms to stream podcasts.
Joe, I saw your review out there. Just wanted to put that in
Shout
there.
out to you, Joe. We appreciate you guys. Well, until next time, we have been
Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Oh,
It's a girl podcast.
Yeah.